There's a phase of this unbinding process where we lose our orientation, where our perspective starts to unravel. This can be confusing when we feel like we want to orient towards something we know, or orient toward a certain intention, but it's just a natural part of the process. There's a part of this process where we just rest deeply. And by resting deeply, I mean we just let go of all intentions. We let go of the need to move toward anything. We let go of the need to feel like we know what's what, which way's up, which way's down, what we're interested in, what we're not interested in, what's important to us. Ultimately, these are really just a collection of thoughts. But sometimes we're almost forced to let go of this matrix of who I am, what I want, where I'm going, where I came from. And it feels more natural to just let go. Just let the sediment that you've stirred up through inquiry and practice naturally settle to the bottom. This is a sort of deep rest. Perhaps I could call it surrender, or acquiescence, or letting go. But when it's occurring, often you really don't even know that. It just feels like you've come to the end of what you can do. To put it in terms of the seasons, it's the end of autumn and the beginning of winter, where things go into dormancy. It doesn't mean nothing's happening. It just means what's happening is behind the scenes. It's occurring at the root. It's a reorganization of energy. And it happens at such a deep level that we're often not consciously aware of it. Perhaps you could say it's a rewiring. And it doesn't always feel good, but it also doesn't always feel bad. It may just feel like we need to let go. We need to rest. We need to quit pushing, digging, inquiring. It's okay. It happens. It's part of the process. Everything in nature is a cycle. There's an active cycle and a dormant cycle. A lot of this process is about learning to trust the natural synchronicities. Through mind identification, we have a tendency to fight the natural cycles, the natural synchronicity, and it feels really uncomfortable. It feels like constant struggle, constant effort. This is because we're pushing when nature is pulling, and we're pulling when nature is pushing, and we're trying to integrate when nature is disintegrating, and we're trying to disintegrate when nature is integrating. It's like trying to drive a shopping cart backwards. Trying to drive holding up a mirror and looking at the reflection of thought. So as we learn to put the mirror down and trust the natural cycles, the natural synchronicity, we begin to realize there are times to completely let go, to fall apart, to relax deeply, to not know, to not have to understand anything. Give yourself the gift of dormancy. It's okay. It's a natural movement. We often have a fear of this dormancy. What if I stay dormant? What if I never become active again? What if I lose all my energy or momentum? It's okay. The tree doesn't worry about losing its momentum when it starts to lose its leaves in the autumn. The plant, when its leaves begin to brown and crumble, it doesn't worry about losing its momentum. It just knows it's time to go dormant naturally. The root is still there. So Trust the movement toward the root. There's a time for it. Trust it when life and nature tells you it's time to rest. It may just show you this in a physical way, but it's perfectly okay. Everything has its time. Everything has its season. Nourish the root, and you will enjoy the fruit.